Hello, lovelies. Welcome. I'm Shalon from Soulville Beauty, and we're going to pull some oracle cards today and see what is coming through. We are entering now into February, and so I'm feeling this very like lovey energy, right? This very excuse me, soft, like romantic, flowy energy is what I'm feeling right now. We have there's something going on with Venus this weekend, and Venus is the planet of love and romance and all things beautiful that way. So we are going to be using the Goddess Power Oracle card deck today to see what is coming up. What Goddess has a message for us today. Interesting. Funny, not funny, because I just cleared my throat. And usually when I clear my throat, it's something to do with the throat chakra. And the goddess that is coming out is Iris, communication, okay? And it's like 111 on my timer right now. And if you've been watching this before, 111 is all about new beginnings, all right? So Iris is all about communication, okay? And the number is 5. So 5 is all about changes as well. Okay. I feel, I'm going to read from the book, but I feel like there's going to be a call for us to shift and change the way that we communicate, right? Coming from a very open, heart-centered, place, as opposed to sometimes we get defensive right away, right? And we don't want to do that. Sometimes we want to take a step back and reevaluate the situation before we actually communicate about it, okay? So it says, clarity and communication is called for as your words will have great impact on others right now, okay? It's a wonderful time to start writing that book, telling new stories, and sharing your experience, strength, and hope with others. You have everyone's ear, so choose your message wisely, okay? Sometimes we need to release our old story. You may have heard me talk about this before. Releasing, are you still telling the same story that you were about yourself that you were telling yourself 10 years ago? Because if you are, then it's a time to release that story and reevaluate it, because you're not that person anymore. You have grown, you have changed, and it is time to write a new story for who you are, how you want to show up. Are you confident? Are you powerful? Are you resilient? Are you like all of these things? Or are you still playing the same victim mentality? All right. Others will also desire positive and fruitful communication with you. So get ready for some amazing new opportunities to come from these discussions. Just remember to stay open and be clear about expressing your deepest desires, always speaking with integrity, kindness, and respect for yourself and others, okay? I was just listening to somebody on Instagram the other day, and he is like an astrology reader, and he was talking about, like, with this age of Aquarius and everything, how we are actually meant to come towards our connections from a different perspective, in a different way, right? Like, our relationships are meant to be a reflection to us, where we are still needing to do more inner healing, more growth, more inner work, right? And so they help us grow and evolve, but to also set the intention right now before you interact with anybody, to see them through the eyes of love, because it is very easy to focus on things and then attract those sorts of encounters, because that is what you're focusing on. All right. Like, are you focusing on the negative all the time, or are you focusing and looking for the positive all the time? Okay. And so one of the intentions he said was the love in me salutes the love in you. Okay. So setting that intention before you have any encounter with anybody else, or like you're going out into the world in general, so that you would only attract like loving experiences towards you. All right. The Greek messenger goddess Iris is thrilled to help your words take flight. Communication improves in all your relationships when she comes to visit. Most important, remember, Iris reminds you of the communication you have with the universe. You are in a mutual dialogue. Okay. So I was just talking about this today, which is really funny, with a client, how like words are like spells. Okay. What you say, what you talk about, that is what the universe gives back to you. Okay. So it's very important to focus on how you are communicating. What words are you using? Okay. And the universe does not understand no or not. Okay. It does not understand that. Okay. So if you're focusing on something negative, it will continuously give you that, even though it's like, well, I don't want this, or I'm not, do you know what I mean? It doesn't understand that. Okay. So it's just focusing on what you do want. And sometimes it's about not even the, because it's never about, maybe it's like having more money. It's never actually about having more money. What does that money give you? It gives you freedom. It gives you safety. It gives you peace of mind, right? Okay. So focusing on all of that first, and having that money and having that abundance by focusing on the money and abundance around us at all times. And I actually have been called, I was thinking about this, and I'm going to be running a money workshop. Okay. And it's going to be all about like money mindset and money frequency and money, like, because I was doing one of my lives the other day on Facebook. If you want to join me there, Wednesday mornings, I do lives. Not Wednesday mornings, Wednesday at lunch, I do lives there, and pull a oracle card message for whoever shows up if they are called to. But we were talking about money, and I said I was thinking of doing a money workshop, and they were interested in it. And so stay tuned for that, because that'll be something that I'll be offering here in the future. But most important, however, Iris reminds you of the communication you have with the universe. Sorry, I read that. You are in a mutual dialogue, and now is the time to pay attention to the signs and omens in your life. Trust this important yet subtle communication. Okay, so like when we talk about important and subtle communications from the universe, we're talking about synchronicities. Okay. We're talking about repeating numbers. We're talking about like, oh, I just thought about it, and there it is. Like, I was just thinking about this, or I was just thinking about this person, and here they contacted me. Or sorry, I'm getting lots of number synchronicities on my clock while I'm talking about this right now. So that I've been seeing repeatedly. So really focusing in on that. Do you see the same animal all the time? Do they have a message for you? Okay. That is the universe's way of like speaking to us. So it will never lead you astray when you listen and act accordingly. Okay. It says you are facing the moment when communication between you and others may have become disconnected. Perhaps people are withholding information from you or are not being clear about their motives. Now is the time to ask for clarity and get clear yourself. Okay. We do this through like meditation. We do this through journaling. We do this through all these things. If you're sitting on the fence and are ambivalent about your direction, say that. Your alignment task is to say no to playing games, no to coercion, manipulation, and covert intentions. Take a straightforward attitude. Don't be afraid to hear what might disappoint you. Be clear and demand the same from others. The messenger goddess Iris knows the importance of clear communication, and she urges you to speak up for yourself. If you've come from an environment, family, or cultural history where you have not had a voice, this might feel like you're yelling, but that's all right. Okay. It doesn't mean to be intentionally yelling, but it's to be like very clear and direct with your communication and your words, and holding firm to your boundaries. Okay. Times are changing, and now is not the time to be shy. It's okay to feel awkward. Lots of communication, clearing throat chakra. Sorry. This is what I mean by how I pick up on the energy of everything that's going on. It's okay to feel awkward or flustered, but the goddess Iris brings her powers of clarity and says it is your turn to be heard. So gather your courage. Okay. The people who are important to you in the long run will listen and witness you, and then you can engage in positive conversation that leads to heartfelt solutions. Even if your voice feels untrue and comes from a victim mentality, you must still speak what is inside you in order for you to heal or change it. Okay. So sometimes we like to push things under the rug and live this like positive mindset without actually addressing what's under the rug. And sometimes all we need to do is claim it in order to release it. All right. So maybe where you're like not holding firm to your boundaries, where you're not speaking your truth or whatever else. Like sometimes all it takes is having one conversation and saying, I'm not whatever with this, in order for things to shift and change and to release that. So let yourself be heard, and the great goddess will send strong teachers and wonderful allies for you. So beautiful message from Goddess Iris today. I feel like this has a lot to do with being honest with yourself, having honest communication with yourself. Okay. So, just because it has lots of like pink in it, and pink to me is always like, inner self-love, self-reflection, that kind of stuff. So, okay. Let me know how that resonated with you. If you would like to further work with me, I have my transformational sessions. I have Self-Love Queen Academy that is just around the corner in March. It's going to be my 12-week group coaching self-love program, and we dive into all of this stuff. We strengthen that. We literally align you with your divine queen energy is what we do, so that you are able to communicate and stand in your power as well. And then what else? I guess just stay tuned for the workshops that I'm going to have coming up in the future. And, Oracle card guidance. I also do that. So if any of those resonate with you, yeah, by all means, reach out to me. I will have the links for those descriptions in the, links for those in the description below. Okay. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.